how do you smoke a cigar? How do you actually draw the smoke into your mouth, get it so you could taste all the flavors, and exhale without actually inhaling the smoke into your lungs? This video is more oriented toward the beginner cigar smokers who maybe want to try their first cigar, or had tried a cigar in the past and it just wasn't going right. They were having a lot of problems. So in this video I'm going to try to orientate it towards that and help the beginner cigar smokers get on their way to smoking some nice premium hand-rolled cigars properly. I'm fairly new to cigars myself. However, this is good in a way, because when I was learning how to smoke cigars, I was told to do a couple different things, and I've searched on videos and other things like that, and with that accumulated knowledge I'm taking the best of what I know and the advice that I found the easiest and the most helpful, and that's what I'm going to relay to you guys. So you have your cigar, alright, and the first thing you'll notice is with hand-rolled cigars is the foot is open but the head isn't. Alright, there's a cap on the head and you have to get that off. I mean, you could bite it, you could take an axe and chop the hell out of it, but of course there's a proper way to cut the head off. There's a proper way to light the cigar. So first things first, I normally use a double guillotine cutter, and that's basically very sharp blades, and there's two of them that will come on both sides and just close onto the cigar on the cap. Now there's single blade guillotine cutters. There's also cutters called a punch, and it's almost, if you think of a hole puncher, except it just is a little bullet shape, and you'll take it and then you kind of just twist it on, and it takes a nice little round section off the cap. I like to use the cutters. So the first thing you notice is you have the cap on, and it's separate from the wrapper, which is the rest of the outer leaf. And if you look closely on it, you'll see that it has seams. Okay. Now what the cap does, other than cover the top, is it prevents it from unraveling. So when you're cutting the cap off, you don't want to completely remove that, otherwise your cigar is going to unravel when you're smoking it. So how I usually look at it is I want to cut it just to get the top part, where almost the corners are still rounded. Alright, so we're going to put that in, and we're not going to have it all the way in, just a little bit, okay? I'm going to snip it off nice and easy. And you can see that it's still a little bit round, and that lets us know that the bottom of the cap is still on, and it's not going to start unraveling on us. What I just did there was take a dry pull. It allows me to see the resistance of the cigar before it's lit, but we're going to get back to that. Alright, now I haven't seen in other videos the actual how to draw the smoke into your mouth. And it's helpful. I mean, well, for the beginners, that's the biggest thing. How do I get the smoke from the cigar in my mouth without actually inhaling it? All right. So the best way that I had come up with to explain this was, when you were a kid, you used to suck on your thumb, and if you didn't, most likely you could figure it out. And so what I want you guys to do is wash your hands. I had a little disinfectant in my trunk here, because I have the camera on the back of my car. Anyway, so wash your hands, because I'm going to have you put your thumb in your mouth. Alright? Okay, so you're going to put your thumb nice in your mouth and kind of suck on it like you would just sucking on your thumb. And you can feel how the sides of your cheek get pulled inside, right? Like you could feel the air trying to be pulled into your mouth. However, because your thumb's there, it's not actually, you're not getting any air. So your cheeks pull in towards the center of your mouth. That is basically the same thing you want to do on your cigar. Now you have your unlit cigar with the cap cut off, alright, and we're going to do it just like on a thumb, but with this cigar that's not lit yet, alright? And you're going to take just a little puff, and you'll feel the air come in. The reason I have you do this now is because, you know, if it's lit, you know, one of the things at the very end of lighting it is you're going to take a little draw, and it helps it ensure that it's lit properly and that it's going to burn even. Okay. So, alright, when you take a draw, just like sucking your thumb, you don't want to have it like, you know, like quick puffs or quick and short puffs or, you know, constant going on. You want a nice, calm, easy draw. It's kind of the same thing with cigars in general. Cigars are supposed to be relaxing. So just take a nice, you know, relaxed draw. Maybe like 2 to 3 seconds. Okay? Now if you're doing that with the unlit cigar right now, and you feel that some of that air that you're drawing into the cigar, you feel like you're inhaling it, or, you know, you're not sure, you might be, and you still are having a little trouble, try taking a deep breath, filling your lungs up, and then doing the puff. That way it's harder for you to bring any extra air into your lungs because they're already filled up. Alright? So that may help you in the beginning, if you're having the feeling that you're getting some of that, the air going through the cigar into the back of your throat and down into your lungs. Next step, let's get it lit. Alright, and then we're going to try puffing it for real. For lighting, I suggest using matches or a butane lighter. A lot of times beginner cigar smokers or new cigar smokers don't have butane lighters, and then they don't have matches available to them, which, you know, I mean, not like matches are expensive, but maybe just in your house you don't have them, and you have a Bic lighter. It's alright to use a Bic lighter. However, invest in getting a butane lighter. It doesn't have to be anything expensive, or just a box of matches, because Bic lighters, or lighters with cheap fuel, which a lot of the disposable lighters have, give actually a taste into the cigar. It gives a chemical taste. So butane fuel is the best, the cleanest, so that you don't get that taste. Even Zippo lighters. I mean, Zippos are a quality lighter. However, the Zippo fuel can, you know, the fuel that the Zippos use will give a little bit of a taste to the cigar. So either a butane lighter or matches. However, if you don't have that right now, don't worry about it. Just look into getting that in the future. Alright? So take your matches or your lighter. I'm going to use a lighter. So you're going to put the foot of the cigar over the flame. Okay? And you're going to do this so that you could toast the foot of the cigar. Alright, and that's basically burning the ends of the tobacco leaves, so that when you do get to the full lighting, it's going to burn much more even, much more consistently, you know, and you won't have to worry about like crooked burns. Now, I mean, you may get a crooked burn anyway. There's a couple ways to fix that, but by doing this, it's going to help ensure that you won't have that. Okay. I'm trying to get it so the wind's not blowing this. This is a windproof flame, but you know, I'm out in the woods and it's windy, so. Alright, now you kind of see how it's getting black, and actually the corners are starting to turn white. And that's a good thing. It means it's starting to light. You can already see the smoke coming off it. And you're going to give a little blow. And you could see some of it, it's going to be glowing the embers. So just keep doing that a little while with the lighter. Just keep turning it over it and making sure you have the ends burning. Okay? Now if you have a torch butane lighter, which some of you may have, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to toast it, except you're just going to hold it a little bit farther away and slowly spin the lighter around the cigar while also twisting it. Okay. Alright, so now that we got it mostly lit, it's nice and toasted, it's kind of going on its own. We're going to light the lighter again, put it in our mouth, and just like sucking our thumb, take a nice semi-short puff or two. And that's going to bring the flame completely to the end of the cigar. Give another blow. Alright, now the cigar's lit. Alright. Just like we did when the cigar wasn't lit, okay, and when we were doing with a thumb, you're gonna take a pull so that your cheeks are pulling in. And again, if you had like the feeling where there was a little bit of you know, air coming into your lungs, try taking a deep breath and then taking a puff. It's gonna help a little bit. Alright, so take a nice slow puff. You're going to draw smoke into your mouth. You could taste the flavors. And with a cigar, you want to take nice slow puffs. Again, it's supposed to be a relaxing thing. So if you have a beverage with you, water, beer, wine, whatever you may want, coffee goes very well with cigars. Take a sip between, because you don't want to be constantly puffing. You want to make it just a nice slow burn. You want to have it cool, because if you're constantly puffing, it's going to burn hot and it's going to give a harsh taste. Okay. So just every once in a while, you know, you take a puff, draw it into your mouth and let the smoke out. Now you don't have to immediately let the smoke out. If you want to, that's fine. If you want to hold it a little bit, the whole point of bringing it in again is to, you know, get the taste. So if you want to hold it in longer and maybe try to pick out some of the flavors within the cigar smoke, go ahead. And that's how you smoke a cigar.